Welcome back to Old Guy REI. Random thoughts. If you know me, you know I have a lot of those. But today I wanted to tell you a story of one of those random thoughts that I had recently. One of my customers had called me to see about installing a dishwasher, and I agreed. The process involved me picking up the dishwasher for them at the store where they purchased it, taking it to their place and installing it, and then returning the old one back to the store for disposal. That's all simple enough. So where the story gets interesting is I was planning the trip, the day to go get the dishwasher, and how that was all going to play out. I had already had my trailer hooked up to the van, had a load of metal in it that I was going to take and drop off. And then I thought it would be pretty simple. I'd have the empty trailer, I'd just go get the dishwasher, have it ready to install the next day. I forgot I had to stop by the bank. So thinking about going to the bank here in our city, all of a sudden I got the thought that I didn't want to leave the dishwasher unattended in the trailer while I went in the bank, for obvious reasons. And then I was thinking that through a little bit further, and there is another branch of that bank about 5 or 10 minutes down the highway in another little town. And it was really weird because when I thought about going there, I had no concerns about leaving the dishwasher in the trailer unattended. And I guess that just hit me. You know, it's kind of sad that you have to think that way these days, but that's just how things are. Maybe you wonder where I live, but I think our city's pretty safe. It's just as safe as any other city that I can think of. Maybe it doesn't sound like that if I'm thinking this way, though, right? So we've even, we work a lot in our city, but every time I do, the van is always locked. If I need a tool, I go get the tool, lock the van, go back to work. But in any of these other surrounding areas that I just spoke of, I'll leave the doors open, I'll leave them unlocked. I have no concern that anybody's going to come and take anything out of the van. And I guess it's just the reality of the times we live in. I know people that do take things from other people have a different thought process. Their priorities obviously aren't straight. We've heard stories too about, contractors getting their tools taken from their vehicles, or even somebody taking the whole trailer with all their tools loaded in it. I've seen that happen too in the local area. People, pulling up to a landscaper's truck while they're mowing the lawn and blowing and doing what they do, unloading all their tools and driving away. That could cause a real hardship for someone. People think contractors are just wealthy. This one's not. And that we can just replace tools like that whenever we want. But most of us have built up our tools over the years, and obviously not purchased them all at one time. So that could be really hard on someone. It could even be the end of their business if they can't recover from that. So I just felt like I wanted to get that random thought out there. I wonder, do you ever think of things like that? It's unfortunate that the world's like it is today, but that's the reality. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so, and the like button. And hopefully I can start sharing more of these random thoughts. I'll look forward to what you think in the comments.